This client is a housekeeper, and because she works with her hands for a living and is constantly working with various cleaning chemicals, she says her gel starts chipping within a week. She peels the remaining gel off due to stress and anxiety because she works for a busy hotel chain trying to provide for her 2 little boys at home. She said she works 10-hour shifts and having to redo her nails every week is just not something that she could afford or keep up with. Her friend actually recommended me, hoping I'd be able to help, which was very sweet. I'm doing a structured gel manicure with a rubber base, which should last her up to a month. Because she needs to keep her nails short for work, she usually just gets a basic color because she thinks beautiful designs only look good on long nails. But I'm hoping I changed her mind with these pink cat eye swirls. She left with a big smile and I could just tell how happy they made her.
A father was listening to his daughter pray. God bless mommy, God bless daddy, God bless grandma, goodbye grandpa. Honey, why did you say goodbye grandpa? I don't know daddy, it just felt right. The next day her grandpa dies and the father just thought it was a strange coincidence. A week later the dad was listening to his daughter pray again. God bless mommy, God bless daddy, goodbye grandma. The next day the grandma died. The father started thinking, wow, my daughter must be very special. A week later he was listening to his daughter pray again. God bless mommy, goodbye daddy. He started freaking out and couldn't sleep all night. He left early and went to his office. He was nervous all day and kept watching the clock. He felt safe in his office and figured if he could make it to midnight, he would be okay. Once it hit midnight, he went home. When he went home, his wife said, I've never seen you work so late. What's the matter? I had the worst day of my life. Yeah, well, my day was worse. The mailman dropped dead on our porch.
Go ahead and bark after dark, fallen star, I'm your one call away. Motel halls, neon walls, when night falls, I am your escape. When you lay alone.
Story time, my pickiest client. So this one time I had this one client, let's just name her Tracy. And the first thing I like to do is show my clients all the colors I have so they can start picking it out. Now Tracy was very picky. Out of all my 200 colors, she couldn't pick a single color. And then she requested if we can mix up a couple colors so she can basically create her own color. Me being nice, I was like, okay, that's fine. I thought she was gonna make me mix one color, but we ended up mixing 5 custom colors for her, which took a lot of time. Not only that, but she wanted a different design on each finger. And obviously this is gonna be a little pricey because not only did it take about 5 hours, and also me mixing all my material led me to wasting a lot of it. At the end of the service, she refused to pay the full amount, and her reasoning was that we grew up together and went to the same school, and then said I could use her for practice. So I clipped her nails off.
Story time, my best friend cheated on his girlfriend with me. So a little background information. So Gavin and I had been best friends ever since we were little. We lived in the same neighborhood, and my parents and his grandparents were like pretty close, I guess. But like everybody in our neighborhood was close with each other. And I always had a huge crush on him. And I would try to like subtly tell him that I liked him. But he would always be like, ew, don't joke with me like that. Like, that's not true. And eventually, I just kind of got the hint that that was his way of telling me, I don't like you. Stop before I tell you, in a mean way. So when we were in middle school, he was always having these like 2-day relationships with all these girls and everything. And me, not so much, because sis didn't have a glow up until she reached like her sophomore year in high school. And the thing was, I wasn't that best friend who would be like, ew, don't date her, like she's ugly or anything like that. Like, I would totally respect all of his relationships, even if they were 2 days long. But he would literally still block me. Well, the one day we were hanging out at his house, like for part 2. About how my best friend cheated on his girlfriend with me. So like I said, the one night I was at his house and he was on my phone and he was asking me who all these guys were on my Snapchat. And I told him that I had been talking to them and he was just being super toxic. He was talking shit on every single one of them. So eventually I started dating this guy Trey, and after that he texted me saying that I was gross and everything else, when the next day he literally got a girlfriend. But weirdly enough, he didn't block me that time. He actually started texting me more, saying how him and his girlfriend were so happy together, da 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 da. And unlike him, him, I would be supportive. Well, the one night at 2 a.m., he came over my house and he was like, I don't have feelings for my girlfriend. And I'm like, okay, then why are you with her? And then he has the nerve to say, don't you get that I like you? Like, really? Well, eventually we cut off all communication and he was still with this girl. Well, the one night he asked me to come over and talk, and we ended up doing the nasty. And then he blocked me on everything after he said we should both leave our girlfriends and boyfriends. Well, I ended up telling his girlfriend what we did, and they also come to my family cookouts.
Story time. Two clients tried scamming me PT1. I had two clients come in at the same time. I finished one girl and she left right after. She told me her friend would pay for the both of them. When I finished the second girl, she told me she would send it at home. She said her phone was dying and her bank's app wasn't working. I hear way too many horror stories where clients leave and they never pay, so I wasn't having it. I told her she should contact someone that's able to send the money because I needed it before she left. She got annoyed, paid, and left. The next day she messaged me saying both their nails broke off completely and wanted to come in 3 weeks. I told her come within the next few days and she said no. I kept an eye on them and you won't believe.
So starting off from where I finished, so I told the girls, I'm like, okay, we'll see what we can do in 3 weeks, because I didn't want to accuse them of scamming me yet. So 3 weeks go by, and I'm like, within the 3 weeks, I'm like stalking their Instagrams because they DM me, so I have their Instagrams. So I'm looking and they're like going out, taking pictures, and I see my nails, like, it's like, oh my God, they're such scammers. Like, they couldn't scam me when they were here, so they scammed like the set, saying, oh, like my nails came off the next day, like I need a new set, but they just wanted a fresh set in the next 3 weeks. Like, I don't know who you're trying to scam, but anyways, they messaged me, I sent them the proof, and they just blocked me because that's embarrassing. Thank you.